Instagram.
Ooh, hi Instagram.
Hello, folks.
Instafam.
Thanks so much for joining Thursday, the 29th today. We're doing our Lūx Live episode number 2 today. And we're just really excited.
Yeah, we are.
Have 2 more to go, and that's it, because the sale ends on May 13th. Lots of great things to talk about today. Actually, the topic of today is how to get an hourglass figure. I mean, that's just alone the amount of YouTube searchers and people looking up on how to have that.
Are you saying
shape.
YouTube
It's crazy.
searchers also, or are you saying you? It's just like when you're
I'm
like, I have
included in
a
that,
friend.
yes.
I have a friend who's very
I know
interested.
somebody, yeah.
Just asking for a friend, though. Well, whether it's you or your friend, we're going to be talking about how to get that ideal hourglass shape. And if you guys stay tuned at the end, we're going to be doing some awesome giveaways per usual. And of course, this is our second episode of our series of 4 or 5.
4.
I knew that, totally. I was testing you. You're totally correct, yes. And we're doing every Thursday, so make sure you tune in next Thursday as well at 12:30. We'll be doing more giveaways, and we'll be talking about, Elsa, what?
We're going to be talking about how to look younger, how to look more refreshed, and
Face
obviously
rise,
about
right? Kind of
fillers,
face
yes.
up here. Today we're talking about hourglasses
Yes.
down here.
How to look younger.
Perfect.
A lot of searches on that as well. So we want to make something that you can relate to. If you have any questions, you want to jump in and ask away. This is your time to chat.
Yes.
We want to hear from you all day today, okay? Also, we have so many giveaways for this open house event that we have going on right now. If you haven't gone on our website or here on our Instagram, there is in the Linktree button. You could also click to shop now and see what all of the specials are. This is the time to buy right now. The best prices of the year.
And best value too. So even
Yes.
if there's a lot of things, and of course benefits that we pass on directly to our patients. So maybe you're getting an additional syringe. Maybe you're getting one of our baby tox facials, which is a new procedure rolling out. If you guys tuned in last week, you'll be familiar with that. If not, check it out on Instagram. And you know, it's a lot of extra. Maybe you're getting additional skincare or additional treatments with it too. So it's really about not just that immediate improvement, but the ways that we're helping you maintain it as well, which is super important.
So today we're going to jump in and just get started with the body and chat about what we have to offer that will probably help you get that figure that you're looking for. So Jennifer Adams, our PA here in our office, is going to go ahead and host that part of the show along with our Coolsculpting specialist, Miss Diana Martinez, okay?
All right, here we go.
Martin.
It is Diana Martin.
My bad.
So,
Nice try, Elsa.
Sorry. So this beautiful lady right here, I don't think she needs any introduction. How many years have you been at Noack Aesthetics?
Since 2007.
Yes, we employed her as a 6-year-old, and so this is how she's been. Just kidding. But she's probably one of the OGs here. And Diana, she will probably not. Well, she might toot her own horn, but I'll toot it for her. Probably a little bit louder. She's. Not only does she do all of our cool sculpting here, and she is so incredibly talented, and I'll say that I've gotten around cosmetic offices, right, and doing aesthetic procedures, and I have never ever come across anyone quite as talented as Diana. Not only the way that she understands and administers treatments, but also the way she really educates and takes care of patients. It was really funny when my husband came and did some cool sculpting. He's probably going to hate that I said that. And Diana, he said, well, I want you to do it, honey. I said, no, you don't. You want Diana to do it. She's so amazing. And not only does she do cool sculpting, but M-Sculpt and all these other body treatments. So without further ado, here she is, Miss Diana Martin, ladies and gentlemen. And the crowd goes wild. So, Diana, what do you think we're going to do today?
Are we putting together a nice little hourglass here?
Oh, I see that here. So we have some hourglass shapes here, and we're trying to present some information to you guys in a little bit more of a unique way, so it's not just PowerPoints or whatnot. And what we want to do is we're going to be kind of comparing and contrasting Coolsculpting and our custom and proprietary body contouring minimally invasive procedure, a Thermolipo. And before we really get into that, make sure that you guys, if you're interested in doing any of these procedures at all, it is so incredibly easy to get kind of an immediate eval. All you need to do is text us your photos through our texting app Clara, and the phone number for that is 619-373-9727. And I know you'd be really impressed, but I did not have that memorized because I have it right here. So, but yeah, so Clara, it makes it so simple. It's completely HIPAA compliant, completely private. You don't have to worry about any of that information getting out. And you can set up and do you can have a consult, an eval, and we can make sure that we can recommend what would be best for you. So whether you're established or a new patient or haven't ever even been to our office, you can do that.
Make sure you write it down, and as soon as this is over, text us your questions, your info, or your pictures.
We have our coordinators standing or sitting by waiting for you, okay? All right, so we're going to get started in here. Diana, did I miss anything?
Not really.
Of course not. All right, so we're going to start off, and a little bit about me. So I have obviously a surgical background, so I might be slightly biased. I feel like it's almost like a little bit like in a boxing ring. Like in the left corner, we have Diana Martin representing Coolsculpting, and in the right corner is Jenny Adams with Thermolipo. And so we're going to kind of be going, because I feel like, do you get patients that ask you that a lot of like, oh,
Yeah.
which one should I get? And I think hopefully through this exercise, being able to compare and contrast, one is not necessarily better than the other. I think it's just really about what you want to accomplish, yeah?
It's all about the goals.
I mean, if there was one better than the other, it might be Lipo. But there's not, I mean, it would.
We'll see about that.
And I think that this is a great exercise. So let's go ahead and get started here. Let's start off. Let's hopefully that we kept these in order here. So each one of these is kind of meant to be our hourglass shape, okay? I'm Pink here in the Thermolipo. Diana, of course, is Coolsculpting over here. And I think one of the first things that's probably most important for us to kind of differentiate between the two is going to be what? About how much reduction we're going to get, right, of some of those areas. So talk to me a little bit about that for Coolsculpting.
Yes, so with Coolsculpting, we do have a great amount of fat reduction, anywhere from 20 to 25%. However, with our newer non-invasive technologies that we can reach up to 30% reduction. So we're ranging anywhere from 20 to 30% of fat of where we can pinch, whether it's the chin, of course, our hourglass, our arms, any area that you can pinch. 20 to 30% is what we expect to reduce.
And I think that another thing, again, I'm going to toot your horn, is that a lot of patients may think like, oh, Coolsculpting is just Coolsculpting no matter where you go and get it. And that's really actually not the case. We also have Coolsculpting, our original OG Coolsculpting, and the newest and brightest technology of Coolsculpting, which is our M-Sculpt Elite.
Yes.
And of course, you know, you guys, we've got both of them, more than one machine of both, of course. You guys know Dr.
Over
Nowak.
5 different applicators with each system, so that allows us to really customize and find the one that matches that curve or that flat area as best as possible.
And maximizing the reduction too, because when we have all of these different tools and any of them, you know, whichever one's going to be best for you is the one we're going to use. And on top of that, Diana doesn't just do the Coolsculpting application. We then follow it up with our Z-Wave massages, which help amplify the results, and the Transform, which is our skincare component, which you guys should stay tuned. There's more on this later.
Giveaways.
That's like a
giveaways.
teaser. Yeah, giveaway. Okay. So I think that, you know, when you are looking to try to have a procedure like this done, it's not just, oh, anybody can do the same thing. You will get results with Diana that you won't be getting anywhere else. Okay? So when we're talking about, I'm going to use that as a segue. Is that okay? Did you cover everything with Coolsculpting?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Wonderful. Now to the Thermolipo portion. So when we talk about Thermolipo and the amount of reduction, so you have like between 20 and 30% reduction, yeah?
Yes.
So with Thermolipo, we are getting a little bit more reduction than that, obviously, because we're doing a minimally invasive procedure. So when we talk about Thermolipo, we say that we're getting 50% plus reduction of that extra area, of that little extra inch of pinch there. So we're kind of doing like a battle royale here. So we're going to take the win for that one on the Thermolipo side. Do you agree?
I agree.
Okay, sorry, I have a little something right here. Did I get it? Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna stick this one on here. So that's why my section here is double the size of yours, because I win that category. But it's just one of many, okay? Just the battle, not the war. Okay, so I actually am gonna have you go in order because I accidentally knocked over my pile here, so it's completely
So I
This is gonna be fun.
Good luck.
Okay. All right.
Work on
I'm
my
cheating.
favorite.
I'm getting to see what she's got pulled next, so I can find mine. Okay, I got it.
So-
I'm ready.
I think the number one option why patients decide to go for Coolsculpting here at Novak Aesthetics is because it is non-invasive. This is
Yes.
one of the many tools that we have that are non-invasive, but hands down, Coolsculpting is our number one non-invasive technique system to help us treat and reduce anywhere we have something to pinch. So I think this is one of my favorite options. Of course, non-invasive. Literally, you can do this and work out if you wanted to right after. There's minimal to no downtime. And by minimal, I mean a small chance of little tenderness to touch, like if you had done a lot of exercises, a small chance of swelling or bloating, like if you were around your menstrual cycle, a small chance of bruising from the suction of our cups. And that's really all it is.
And honestly, those are so rare. I mean, I know that we say that, and you're so good about Oh, see, she knows she's going to win this category. She's already putting it up on the board. I'm on to you. And I think that, when Diana says that, I mean, it is so minimal and so rare. And she really does a great job of including that in there. But, I mean, how many times do patients leave here with Coolsculpting after you, especially once you do your massage? I mean, and they're literally going to the grocery store. Like, they're off and running.
Back to being a mom, back to work, back to...
A dog momming is included in that statement.
Anything,
It's totally
anything,
fine.
yeah. So it's super amazing.
All right, so when we talk about our Thermolipo procedure, it's not incredibly invasive, but it is minimally invasive. So this means that we use teeny tiny little puncture marks right to get into the entry areas.
Like the size of my mole.
Oh my gosh, Diana loves this mole. She uses this as the example all the time. So what we do is when we talk about minimally invasive, we're making these small little entry ports that we make like the width of your pinky fingernail. And what we do is we hide those, even those small entry points in the natural creases and crevices of the body so that you can go to Black's Beach and nobody will know you were there. Okay? But it's really, I mean, when we talk minimally invasive, you're not put under anesthesia. You're given just we're locally numbing up the area and you're given a sedative so you feel relaxed and you may fall asleep, but you're not being induced into like given a paralytic and actually induced and intubated into a general anesthesia. So it is very chill and relaxing, but it still is minimally invasive. So
I think that's one of the top reasons.
I think Coolsculpting may take that one, just because obviously ideally.
Well, I think they're kind of even.
Same.
Because when I have had consults that the minute I say lipo, they're like, oh no,
Yes.
no surgery.
Yeah, yes.
I say, wait, let me tell you, this is done under local anesthesia, which
Yes.
means you're awake, you're comfortable. So I think on that one we're kind of
Okay, I agree with that then. I'm
Kinda.
gonna take that. All right, no
Right,
questions
and we
asked.
do have a question coming in from Andrea, who is tuned in right now. She wants to know what body areas can you actually do with Thermolipo?
What areas can you not do? Is probably the easier question to answer. But
Thank you for that
honestly,
question.
just about anywhere where we have an extra pinchable area of fat is something that we can get in and do some fat reduction on. Now, it may depend on which modality we use and obviously the level of invasiveness needed, but really just about anywhere. Most commonly, obviously, usually the midsection, which is why we're talking about the hourglass today. But I mean, you can do arms, thighs, knees, chin and neck. You can do, dorsal hump in the back even. Some people have some extra volume there. Axilla, side of the breast. I mean, we can go on.
Chest.
Did I miss any? Earlobes, maybe. That's generally not as a popular one, but yes, just about anywhere. And again, if you guys have questions and wonder if you're a candidate for this, don't forget to text us your photos at 619-373-97.
9727.
There we go. Look, we didn't even practice that. That's amazing. Okay, so next one. Which one do you want to do?
Well,
Okay, I gotta
I'm
find
gonna go
mine.
for another reason why a lot of patients decide to try Coolsculpting is because, again, little to no downtime of recovery. And during the treatment, yes, we do get a little bit uncomfortable. We're not gonna lie. It does start a little bit cold, so cold that it starts to get a little spicy, stingy. But then once it reaches that peak, which is usually within the first 5 minutes, it just goes numb, so you don't feel anything anymore. So that's another top reason for Coolsculpting, or one of the many benefits of Coolsculpting, that is very comfortable. You're relaxed, you're watching TV, napping sometimes even.
And you, Diana, because we do have so many machines here, a lot of times patients, they just get one applicator at a time. Diana, when I go in there, it looks like, octopus arms in there. She's got applicators hooked up to people, all different, which kind of way. So it's also really efficient for your timeline as well.
Absolutely.
And so in regards to lipo, I always tell patients, of course we want you to be maximally comfortable. We're going to give you that medication to relax you. We're going to locally numb everything up. But even when we're locally numbing it up, it's going to sting a little bit. And you're still going to feel some things here or there. It's not a ton, but I like to paint that picture. And that's actually good for us. It's good feedback. That way we can make some adjustments if we need to, add a little more numbing or switch our position or whatnot. But in terms of comfort level, I will say we have minimally to moderately comfortable, and we have to use medications, obviously, in order to get us there. So, Diana, I guess, will win the maximum comfort category. But let me tell you what feels very, very comfortable is getting into that bikini for your beach vacay and feeling like your dream body in that hourglass shape is snatched.
And you know what? I do have to say, because we're just on that topic, when it comes to feeling comfortable, I've had the Thermolipo, and I can say I was maybe a little too comfortable.
Yes,
I felt like I had a
happens
couple
too.
glasses of wine. I was just like, okay,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Thank you so much, Elsa, for not letting me sell myself short here. Because, yes, I will say, and patients literally, I mean, they'll be like, wait, this is it? Like, this is all that it's going to be?
Absolutely.
And maybe the most painful part is like having to listen to my jokes for that long together. You know what I mean?
Well, I remember having music in the room.
Yeah, we got music going.
We were
The patients can be the DJ. We got Alexa in there. Alexa doesn't listen to me. She's breaking up with me right now. I think it's because she knows about Siri, and it's just very like love triangle complicated. But the patient can put on whatever music they want, or if no music. I mean, we really, and if you're chilly, we also can give you snacks and drinks and everything like that throughout the procedure. But yes, I will say in terms of comfort level, though, on a whole, I mean, Coolsculpting is. But I'm like right there with it. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next one. I want to win the next one.
Another top reason here for Coolsculpting to be amazing is because of the little to no downtime that we involve. This procedure, you can do it during your lunchtime, go back to work, no one knows what you did.
Unless you work here, and then we will all know, and so will Instagram.
But you literally have little to no downtime where you can go to work, you can go to the gym, you can continue your lifestyle, taking care of the kids, the dogs,
yes,
whatever you want to do.
More Coolsculpting, whichever you prefer.
As I tell everyone, this should not slow you down from your regular lifestyle.
Right. And so, and I think, obviously, when we're talking about doing a minimally invasive procedure, we are going to have a little bit of recovery. I will say this, though. I mean, I have patients that even fly in to have their surgeries done here. And I mean, we have, when we talk about recovery, this is still very, very mild. I mean, you'll have like 1 to 2 days where you might have like a little drainage initially. And don't worry if you're wondering, like, what is that? That's when you text us your photos and we'll do a consult, honey. No problem. Okay. And then we're going to say, we won't be like back into the gym. So like Diana said, you can get your Coolsculpting, like go to the gym, girl. Not that you need to, but if you want to, okay. But, and just kidding. I know you always encourage a healthy lifestyle. That was just for the sake of the joke, Diana. I could hear her like cringing, like, no, they still need to work out. But you're not going to be working out again with Thermolipo really until like maybe 2 weeks or so after. So we encourage. But you're going to be walking out of here that day. You're going to be up and walking around the next day. Sometimes I actually have to tell my patients like not to do as much as that they're doing. They're like, oh yeah, I ran a 5K the next day. And you're like, okay, well, let's just take it easy just for a day or two. And so, but I will say about maybe like 1 to 2 weeks max in terms of recovery back to the gym.
And how soon do you see results? Somebody is asking on Instagram.
Oh my God. Wait, is that the next one?
No.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Really? I can jump it.
I might be. Thank you. That's a wonderful question and segue. I think we might be prepared for that one. Okay, no, you just go in your order, Diana.
And thank you so much for joining us right now. Shout out to everybody that's on our live feed right now. We appreciate you. And we got some giveaways coming up as these ladies find their little, I don't even know what they're called.
So we're going to answer that in just a few minutes.
Yes, stay tuned. Wait, there's more. Okay.
The next very, very popular question that I have in Coolsculpting consults is my skin gonna get loose? Is it gonna be saggy? What's gonna happen to the skin? So, of course, during the treatment, we are keeping you 100% safe by using our little gel pad, which is made mostly of anti-freeze product. Our applicators do reach negative 11 Celsius, and that is pretty darn cool to affect fat cells only, not your skin, nothing else, so your skin is left intact. However, we always seem to have a really, really nice benefit to the skin. There was a study where they've actually followed patients that did the chin area, and a lot of them reported that the skin actually looked toned. The area looked toned, which is an indication not only are we making that cushion go down, but that skin is bouncing back nicely all by itself, and of course with the help of our transformed product that every single Coolsculpting patient takes.
Exactly, and that way you make sure they get the best results. So it definitely but I will say this, we have those studies and substantiate that with Coolsculpting. However, if a patient comes in with their primary concern of skin laxity, we're not going to say Coolsculpting, right? So it is shown, and I mean, some of the results Diana will show me, and believe me, she cannot wait to show me when she's got great results.
Everyone
She's like,
sees them.
oh, I see what you did, look what I could do, okay? And so I definitely think it improves skin laxity, but if we're talking about degrees of how much improvement we can get, I'm just gonna put this right here, nice in front in the center of the camera here. We also have some before and afters we can be looking at while we're doing these.
Yeah.
Do you want to pull one up or two? So when we do Thermolipo, people sometimes may wonder what Thermolipo is. And that's actually because we're actually pairing, not only are you getting that aggressive body sculpting and that getting that reduction of fat with the liposuction, the thermo portion of that is our thermage, which this is our skin tightening portion of the procedure that specifically targets that tissue to encourage maximum skin retraction. Because also think of this, I mean, if we're doing more reduction of fatty volume, we need to make sure that skin is retracting back with it. And so we do the thermage in the same day. It's one of the last steps of the procedure. And that's actually going to continue to work for the next 6 months after your lipo. So you really are getting a significant amount of skin improvement and improving skin laxity here. And, you know, when we do that, the thermage can be done by itself as well. So it really does work well to be tightening and lifting the skin and tissue. What one are we showing here?
Here we go.
Oh, okay, wonderful. I think that looks like an hourglass, yeah? And so we definitely get a maximum amount of skin retraction there, and that's with that thermage portion. So that's why mine's a little bit thicker right here on the waistline. I think we might win on that one. Not that it's a competition, but if it was, we won.
So
That is
the
a
next
great
up
Is it a great result? Let's see here. Oh, are you swiping through all of them? Can I talk about this one really quickly? So I love this patient because she's young, healthy, beautiful, but you know, we have this little bit more of like this boxy appearance here of the contour. So what we wanted to do was to can I slide? Oh no, okay. Oh, perfect. So what we wanted to do was really sculpt in and reduce this waistline through here and accentuate this buttock area. And I think that we show this as because she's very petite, and a lot of people may look at her and go, oh my God, she doesn't need lipo, she doesn't need that reduction, but what we were able to do, and then we recycled that fat a little bit, what we suctioned out here, go green, right? Reduce, reuse, recycle, and we just moved some of that fat and we put it into her buttock and hip area, just to help feminize her shape a little bit. So,
So next up is for Coolsculpting is the ability to do multiple sessions. That means greater reduction. With every single application, we expect to reduce from 20 to 25% of the volume that we can pinch. And we do have the ability that if you still feel like I'm still pinching a little more than what I'm happy with, then we can retreat, and that is what makes Coolsculpting also a very, very popular treatment because you can do as much as you need to really reach those goals.
it's like kind of a la carte too, right? And it's like you can really, and just because maybe you do 5 panels, your first your first session, you do 5 applications. Maybe if you want to do if you need a secondary treatment, you just do the like 1 or 2, right? It doesn't mean that that's what it is. So, wait.
And then, yeah, because that was a question that somebody asked, how many sessions do you actually need? So it just varies. It really just depends.
Varies from person to person, from area to area, from pinch to pinch, and of course, your goals. It's all about the goals.
All right, so that's when you want to text us those questions. So obviously with Thermolipo, this one's kind of an easy, we're a single procedure with this one. So you're going to walk out looking different than you walked in. Now, that means also your whole package, whenever you do Thermolipo, everything's included. So you'll be coming back to the office more for post-op care and things like that, but it's just a single one-time procedure.
Yes, and when do we start seeing results with Coolsculpting? Well, we can start seeing results as early as 3 weeks, but we will actually see you back in 6 weeks for a follow-up, see how you're doing, how are you looking, and the results continue to manifest for 3 to 4 months.
Yes.
That's how long it takes our body to flush all the cells out of our body naturally.
Right. And so when we are doing Thermolipo, obviously we kind of talked about we do have a little bit of a recovery time after, but we're able to see those results immediately on the table. Now the great thing is, and patients tell me this all the time, because I tell them, you're going to be a little swollen and things like that, but you'll never swell past the size that you currently are at pre-op. And so even with all the swelling and everything, you can still see that. And I love it when patients tell me that they took off their garments for the first time and they go, oh my gosh, I was like so floored that it already looked so good. And I love hearing that. But yes, so we are getting immediate results that continue just to get better and better.
And speaking of garments,
Ooh.
with Coolsculpting, we don't require any garments. Woo!
Woo!
Some patients do like to wear them, and that's okay. Some patients like that extra support, but with our non-invasive treatments, you don't require any garments.
Okay, so great segue. So we do have garments with ours. And again, everything is included in your package. You actually get 2 sets of them, and you're going to be wearing these for a total of 6 to 8 weeks afterward. They're like very breathable. You can wear them on your clothes. Nobody knows you're wearing them. They're like next level medical grade Spanx essentially, and they are really crucial to ensuring your best result. Now I will say this, patients say, oh my God, I can't wear it for that long. Then when we get to this point, they're like, can I keep wearing it? Is that okay? It's this
That was me.
love-hate
Can I get
relationship.
another
Yes,
color?
absolutely.
exactly.
All the time.
That was
So,
definitely me.
Another very popular reason why Coolsculpting sometimes is the way to go is because that's what can fit in our budget. With Coolsculpting, we can spot treat only perhaps just the abdomen area. So that makes it a very accessible, economical treatment for patients that sometimes we're on a budget and hey, this is a good place to start for you at the time. It can be financially a little bit more affordable for us.
Yes, and I will say, I was actually kind of hesitant to talk about even this category. For one, this is not my forte, but I think that patients kind of automatically assume or associate this, and it may not always be the case. And that's why, Diana, if she's doing your Coolsculpting, and same with me, if you're doing a consult with us, or Dr. Noack, of course, and we do think that you're a candidate for the other whatnot, we want to compare and contrast, we'll make sure that we let you know that, so that you can kind of determine that.
More than often, I'll call Jenny over and say, hey, Jenny, my patient is interested in the midsection, but she's actually a good candidate for either or, and my cost of Coolsculpting is almost the same as your procedure. And since we know that with her procedure, we can get so much more reduction more dramatically, then yeah, we will lean towards that because we are invested in your results, your goals.
Right. And I think also it really depends also, especially in reference to the hourglass, as to what other procedure we may want to do. For instance, do we want to do fat grafting with our lipo? And if that's the case, then obviously we need to do liposuction and not Coolsculpting. And that's where we can really maximize and get that really beautiful feminine silhouette. So when you wear that body contour dress or you're putting on that bikini, you really feel confident. So you don't have to wear Spanx and all these other things to create this facade. You can be on Black's Beach and be in there. I talk about Black's Beach a lot. I've never been. I just talk about it.
Hey Jenny, when you say fat grafting, you're talking about like fat transfer, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, thank you. So I think a benefit here is that we can combine it with fat grafting. And in terms with Diana, we may want to do additional procedures, maybe like one of our hip dip packages, which we're going to talk about now. So
Yes.
when we talk about doing fat grafting or fat transfer, BBL, Brazilian butt lift, anything, all of those terminology, all the same. What we're essentially doing is we're extracting fat from usually the midsection, but we can also do it from the thighs, from the arms, from anywhere where we have enough volume there, and then we're transferring it or injecting it to that buttock and hip area. Again, you're not put under general anesthesia with this, and you're going to get this very beautiful natural result. You're not going to be turning into Kim Kardashian overnight, okay? Even if you told me you wanted to do that, it's impossible to achieve that kind of look with fat grafting because it's natural. It's all you. It's location.
And this that we're showing is the hip dip, correct?
Yes. So
Okay.
this is if you want to do Coolsculpting or if you don't want to do lipo and you're like, man, but I really want an hourglass too. Guess what? You can. We do the Coolsculpting and or any kind of body contouring, or maybe we didn't even need that. And what we do is we're correcting these hip dips here. So you can see on this patient, I took her, she was a little bit hollowed out on the sides there. We wanted to accentuate her feminine shape. So what I did was one of our hip dip packages, and this is where I'm using a very long lasting filler and a proprietary technique to replenish that volume. And this is immediate. You're gonna see immediate results with this. You might have a little bruising, but again, no downtime. So that's also a really wonderful alternative.
Can we go back a little bit, Bianca, so we can share some of Jenny's Thermolipo pictures?
It's like when I hip you, we dip, or something like that. But it's an amazing package, and in less than an hour, you're going to be leaving with that contour. So, that's a video of us on a video of us on a video of us. Perfect. So when we're talking about doing, whether you want to pair getting that hourglass shape with a surgery or non-surgical, you have options. On a couple of these, another incentive, and I put some of these in here to incentivize you guys. One of the benefits of doing a actual consult with us is that, and you can do it virtually or here in office, is that sometimes we're able to do some simulations. And I show this here. So this is a patient during her consult. I have her simulation, and then we have her before photo, and then what she actually turned into on her after photo. And this is 6 weeks after surgery. I love doing this because I'll always go back into the patient's chart and we take a look and see how close our simulation got. And I think we got pretty darn close. What do you think?
I think she looks amazing.
Awesome.
Definitely, I see an hourglass shape.
I will say she feels the same way. She knows she looks a snatch tiny. Okay, so here we have another. This is a Thermolipo result as well of one of my patients. She actually, and this is full disclaimer, yes, I know her body is rocking. She actually had 2 separate procedures here. We did some contouring on the thighs and then on the abdomen as well. But still amazing. She looks absolutely phenomenal. So you can see, obviously, we reduced in the abdomen there, really sculpted out that lower back and waistline, and then we added just a little bit of natural volume to the buttock. Can we go forward, please? Perfect. This is her from the back. This is what we're talking about when we talk about that skin laxity and retraction. Look at that bra roll there. And then we see this nice, smooth, retracted area and really sculpted out on her lower back and waistline.
And somebody is asking, how long does the procedure actually last? In this case, the Thermolipo. And do you need another procedure?
Oh, like the duration of it? So usually you'll be here about all day. And just because we like to take it nice and easy and want to make sure you don't feel rushed, you'll be my only surgery patient that day. So you're our sole focus. So we really focus on the experience for you. The results from this, though, are going to be permanent. We have permanently removed those fat cells. It's up to you to maintain. We obviously don't change the laws of physics, so you need to make sure that you're maintaining these results. But if you do gain or lose weight, what you're going to do is you're going to either increase or decrease in size. We've essentially changed your dimensions and proportions. And yes, sometimes later on, maybe we do a little skin tightening, additional things, but really with Thermolipo, this is her result. I think she'll be set for a minute. I think fat's an endangered species on her right now.
Okay, let's see the next one, Bianca.
Perfect. This is her from the front. So you can see really the hourglass shape from here and how really beautiful. We kind of just smoothed out some of those edges through there.
Next, Bianca.
Awesome. We have another one here from the posterior view. You can see again, sculpting out that lower waistline and the hip area. I love this view. My oblique views are some of my favorites because you can really see that poppin' booty there.
Looking good.
Awesome.
Talking about hourglass.
Yes, I know, right? Here we go. We also have some of these patients here. Very similar situations. You can see, though, I like to put a variety of different shapes, sizes, ages, so that you can really see that we want to make you the best version of you. And we're still able to accomplish that regardless of really where we're starting from. Alrighty, and here's another one. This actually I really love on the simulation. You can see the consult simulation, what she was like before, and actually her after result looks better than the simulation I did in the consult. And that's really what we go for there. I love that because it gives you a visual. You can look at before and afters of other people, but it's like, what does that mean for me?
Exactly. Right? So these are some before and afters of Coolsculpting. Some of the most popular areas here are the back, the waist. Again, emphasizing that hourglass shape.
Mm-hmm.
And, sorry. And
live, what are you gonna do?
Obliques are also a good angle for Coolsculpting, okay? We can see how nice we're carving back that waistline. We're reducing that little crease, that little fold.
And look at that skin retraction.
That's exactly our next point with Transform, our elastin product. Everyone gets that nice, beautiful benefit to their skin. This is another person, the same thing, getting back to that hourglass shape. In this case, we also helped a little bit on her abdomen there. And another one where we worked not just on the back, but also our abdomen. We can literally treat the whole midsection with Coolsculpting, and we'll see the back here. Again, bringing back that nice curviness on the waist, keeping it natural, keeping it beautifully and super balanced there. We want to not just treat one spot, we want to balance it so that everything looks combined, beautiful and natural. Getting back to the hip dip. Now these are some of the M-Scope Neo patients. This is a newer treatment. We didn't talk a lot about this, but it is something that can be done by Coolsculpting patients or Thermolipo patients. Is to take our results even further. This is a treatment that addresses the muscle, the fat, and some skin too. I actually jump on the next slide here. I made a close-up of that skin because I am super in love with these results of how her skin, how her stretch marks are looking so much better. M-Scope Neo delivers radio frequency, which is part of Jenny's Thermolipo package here with the radio frequency with Thermosh, but also the Transform, which for any treatment we do, you will be working with. And let's see the next one here. So this one, Jenny, we want people to guess, or our viewers to guess, right?
The giveaways? Perfect.
Yes.
I was just holding this here like Vanna White. Okay, so we're going to do some giveaways now. We want you guys to, you guys need to get on your keyboards or phone, and what we want you to do is guess which procedures that this patient did. Remember, we've got hip dips, we've got Coolsculpting, Thermolipo, and our M-Sculpt Neo.
Yes.
Again, we didn't talk as much about M-Sculpt Neo, and that's because we love that procedure, and literally it can go for everybody with everything. That's, again, our cherry on top. So we want you guys to reply. First one to reply is going to get
a Transform product.
a Transform product. This is our favorite body product to pair with our body procedures that amplifies your results.
It's a value of $195. It's a product
Oh,
that can
well,
last
in that
us,
case, I'll just no.
it can last us up to 3 months if we use it on, for example, the abdomen or wherever you want to make your skin tighter, because by itself, it also does wonderful, not just with our treatments.
Exactly,
So,
but best with treatment.
What's
but
coming
yes.
in, Elsa? What's coming in? What are...
Okay, so let's see if we got anything coming in. Hold on.
I do believe you probably
What?
see some Jenny Adams 88.
Go
or
ahead and
something.
send us a comment on what procedure out of the two that they was talking about, the Thermolipo or the Coolsculpting, what do you think this patient that Diana is holding up got? The first one who
Can
answered.
I come closer, Elsa?
Yeah, there you go. The one, okay, one is saying the hip dip. Sorry, negative.
No, because of the ring.
Yeah, it's better if you sit right there. Perfect. So what procedure do you think,
I mean, obviously,
This is
the
right
tummy there is
here.
smaller.
There's someone that's...
We've got
I see.
Okay, somebody
a
said,
little-
Jackie said Coolsculpting. Patty said Thermolipo.
okay,
Ooh,
and-
Andrea said Thermolipo.
okay. Who was
And
first?
then Y Bowman said cool. Who was first?
Andrea, looks like Andrea Arete.
Patty.
Andrea?
Andrea?
I see.
We have Zoom too.
wow.
So Andrea Arete, which is on our Zoom line, also
Nice.
joining us, was the first one to
Yay.
Yes,
text
so
us
she had
that.
Thermolipo here, so
Yes.
perfect.
Yay.
You're gonna win a Transform, Andrea. Make sure you text us
Good
or call.
job.
We'll make sure we get you your product here. Thank you so much, and way to go.
All right.
Wait, we have another one.
We
though,
have
Diana.
one more,
One
so let's
more
just
to
do it
wrap
because
it
we're
up.
over the line. We're over the line right now.
Let's wrap it up with this last one. Guess what procedure this patient had? For
Okay.
another Transform.
Oh,
All right,
I know,
for
I
another
know.
transform.
I know.
Okay, Jenny, you don't count. You don't count. All right, go ahead and message us right now. Comment below. Let us know what you think. Again, we have people on Zoom and people on our live IG. And do we have somebody?
And I will say, you guys, remember, the kind of the lesson from this today was just to know that we have so many different treatment options and all of them are fabulous. It's really about what you're trying to achieve and accomplish, which is why we want to talk to you, review your photos, or consult with you in person to make sure that we get you the best result and the best match to what you want to achieve.
Exactly. It's all
All right,
about
I
what
think-
you want.
I think that we have a winner.
Who is it,
Okay.
Elsa? Who is it?
Patito.
Patito?
I think that's
What did they guess?
that's her IG name. Patty. Maybe her name is Patty. But
Mrs.
she
Patty
said
Patito?
she guessed Coolsculpting.
She guessed Coolsculpting?
Yes.
Yes, that is correct.
All right. So congratulations to her.
Yay.
Hopefully,
All
hopefully you
right.
can
Thanks for
send us.
joining us.
Yes, go ahead and for the winners that won, go ahead. Oh, Patty, there you go.
There
Yay!
we go.
So Patty and Andrea, please text us to the 619-373-9727 phone
Congrats,
number.
by the way. Awesome, you
we need to
guys.
get all your information so we could go ahead. She said, "I love Jenny." Hi,
Oh,
Jenny.
I love you.
So go ahead and send us your information, and we'll go ahead and get those prizes out to you. I know we have to wrap this up.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on episode 2. Next week, ladies, you guys have to join us, and gentlemen. May 6th, 12:30 p.m. Again, how to look younger. That is our topic. We are going to be also kicking off the 10 days of giveaways.
Oh, that's right.
That is going to be huge. We are giving away a huge gift prize, or prize you would say, for the next 10 days.
And I will say also, as we're talking about prizes, I can't believe I almost forgot this. If you do end up purchasing any of these body procedures or packages, once you do your consult with us during this open house time, guess what? You're going to be entered to win a Peloton bike. Yes, this is the first time we're giving these luxury items away. It'll be delivered to your home, installed, custom, everything. And so that is another incentive. It's like there's no time like the present. Go ahead and gift yourself that dream body and set up your consult, and maybe even win a
And
Peloton
you literally
bike.
have just this week, because on for double entry, you have until May 13th. But from now until May 3rd, you can participate for that Peloton with a double entry. So make sure to text us your contact info so we can reach out to you and help you schedule your consult.
Yes, and Diana has a Peloton bike too, so you guys can do it together.
And then just reminding everybody to please join us on one more time next week. We got some giveaways going on. We're actually even giving away a trip, a little vacation.
Okay, I will
as
definitely
well.
be tuning into
So
that then.
make sure that you tune in. Again, 10 days of giveaways kicks off next week for the next 10 days. I think we start on Sunday. Is that right, Vanessa?
And that
Sunday?
is on
Monday,
our Instagram
Monday,
page.
Monday.
So just make sure you're following along on those, and it'll have all the ways to win and all of the instructions in the comments or in the description below the post. So make sure you guys follow along. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We hope that now you're a little bit more clued in on how to get your hourglass shape.
And go ahead and text us one more time for anybody that has questions. We are on standby.
We are waiting for you.
Yes, our coordinators, if you want to know what is on sale, what can I get, what fillers do you have, or how can I get that Thermolipo, or how can I get summer ready with Coolsculpting, text us right now. Now that the live is about to be over, we could take those questions so you don't have to get in and out of the live. 619-373-9727. We love you. Appreciate your time, and you guys have a beautiful Thursday.
All right, we'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.